Here we go with another review of an independent Irish comic book series. So if you're looking at this video and you don't know who I am, I basically just like to talk about indie books that come out of Ireland or just my own graphic novel that I'm working on. But this series by Proxy, I've a previous video from issue 1 which I spoke about kind of what I liked and kind of what the stuff that just personal preference stuff that as far as buying comics wouldn't interest me in. But essentially this series is kind of a real world setting hitman type story. There's some kind of nice methods of how the hitman does his hits and stuff like that, but yeah, I have to say I absolutely loved these two issues. I kind of bought them more, to see where the story was going to go and to kind of just support the independent scene in Ireland, because I know it's really tough out there, and comic books in Ireland wouldn't be a huge pastime for a lot of people. So, I guess it's my passion. So I like to kind of support all the other creators out there. But I have to say, the more I read this, the more I love it, and just becoming a huge fan of Brian Corcoran's artwork. I actually went onto his Twitter just to see what else he had done, and he's worked on 2000 AD, which so the guy's a pro, which is not surprising. I guess 2000 AD was something I would have kind of bought some of it years ago as a kid, but I don't know, as a kid it was too for me, it was too black and white and too kind of ugly looking or something. I don't know, as a kid I wanted, superheroes and kind of all good looking people and stuff like that in the stories. But anyway, so yeah, Brian is a pro. He's worked for 2000 AD, and so to me it doesn't look like any corners were cut as far as the art goes here, because I do think a lot these days about a lot of artists draw their stuff and they're kind of drawing it for speed purposes. I think every artist can do a lot better, but because comic books seem to have low budgets, and when the artist is brought in, it's kind of, this is what I can pay you, and then that reflects the quality of the work. But to me it seems like that Brian is putting a lot of effort in here. So I don't know if I don't know how this has been funded. It's written and lettered by Richard Gaynor, so I think sometimes when you've got a writer on the project, that can be the person who's funding it, who's kind of hired in Brian to do this work. And I don't know, I'm guessing Brian is not cheap, because he's worked professionally. So and I can see to me it doesn't look like any corners have been cut here. But colour is Matt Sophie, edited by Gillian Dempsey, and logo design by Jim Campbell. But yeah, I swear, this book is brilliant. It's absolutely class. More amazing hands from Brian. He's so good at this stuff. There's so many kind of shots in the story of this. But essentially in issue 2, I won't go into every page or every piece of detail, but essentially he's on his second hit. It goes wrong, put it this way. I can't remember if it was the senator or this. He's after the senator or the senator's son, but anyway, he's gonna make this hit, and he gets shot basically from the window across from the hospital. This page is incredible. Look at this. It's just every panel is beautifully drawn. I like the choice to have this as the biggest panel on the page, and just for the hitman falling back here, he's going for his pocket, because he's got a kind of a backup ready, which is the bomb down at the car outside on the street. And to me, this wasn't the purpose of it. He wanted to use that for his own escape after he had made the hit. But this is kind of a diversion just so he can get away. A really nice shot there as well. But I loved this sequence here, and so he does escape. There is going to be spoilers in my review of the story. He escapes, and That's really nice there. Like someone in a black car absolutely just drills the setting there with machine gun fire, and this is the woman who he had kind of met outside of his apartment in the last issue. So he kind of bundles her into the car to help her. Now, I did hear something recently where you shouldn't have too many coincidences in a story. Like the real life is full of coincidences, but for some reason in a story you shouldn't have too many coincidences. And in this story, it turns out that this girl is on the run from an ex-boyfriend. She stole money from him and he's in the mafia. Like, so it's kind of like they're both thrown together. But yeah, it's kind of a coincidence that the one person that he brings in also has people chasing her down, and he might think someone's chasing him down. So they're kind of thrown together. So that's kind of the coincidence. Don't know how much I like that. It seems too much of a coincidence, but I guess, yeah, whatever floats your boat. The end scene here, I'm still thinking about this and I'm not exactly sure. So it's kind of like, to me, it's almost like he's thinking back of the hit, and it's like he's thinking about what way it should have went. Because we've seen at the start it didn't go this way, but essentially he calls in and says that the senator's son has been held captive, and then when this SWAT team comes in, that's a really nice shot there. I love the reference on those guys. It looks really well, really accurate. Nice pose. The two kind of suits here pulling out their revolvers or their pistols, and then it looks like he detonates what he wanted to happen was he detonates the car, and then he shoots in. It looks like he shoots in at the senator while the rest of them are all killing each other. And then this is a great shot here. Look at that. That's beautiful. I just love the way his body kind of fades off into the darkness there, and just Brian is brilliant at falls. He does amazing clothing. Like it's a very realistic style. Not normally what I'm into, but I can really appreciate it, I have to say. So that was that issue. The second or the third issue, I'm gonna go through both of these because I bought them together. Much thicker paper compared. Like this paper's thinner. This is much thicker. I'm not sure if there's more to this, but this, like, the story really ramps up here, and to me, I, as an artist, if a writer came to me with this and asked me to draw this, I just wouldn't want to do it. Like, I guess it's not something I would enjoy to draw. It would kind of terrify me to draw. Actually, let me just look at the credits here. All the same crew. The same crew knocking it out of the park here. But yeah, it's a scene. Look at that. That's cool. Just a grotty motel where the two of them are hiding out. This is cool here. Just kind of adds a bit of realism, bit of character to the hitman, and some nice poses. But yeah, let me get back to the scene. It's a chase scene, a car chase scene, and it's done so well. There's an amazing idea for a double page spread here, which I'm going to show you, which I loved. I don't know who, I'd say it was probably Richard's idea. And here's something else here. I'm not a fan of these types of pages in comic books where you've got the same camera angle and then the characters just move within it. To me it's kind of too much like a TV show or a movie, and yeah, I don't think comics need to do that. And there's another page just on here where it's kind of a similar thing where they're having a conversation in the car, but the camera angles are moving, which I prefer. So I don't know, it's just an observation. But I love these far back shots showing the car like skidding. This is the hitman and that girl in the car. I can't remember their names, to be honest. Like they're going up the wrong way and they're getting chased by these two black I don't know what you would call them, SUVs. But the scene here is amazing. for me, drawing multiple cars on a highway would be just terrifying. It looks great. I love all this, the kinetic kind of skid marks and all this type of stuff here, flying through the traffic. This is the conversation I was talking about where the camera angle is changing. Yeah. I'm guessing this creative decision was made because, it's more heated. They're not kind of slowly driving, chilled out. This is in the chase, so it's cameras jumping around possibly. And here, I think to get away, the driver, the hitman, he crosses into the other lane of traffic, kind of pulls I don't know, what would you call that? It's not a donut. I don't know what it's called. Like, this is fantastic. Look at this. That car just absolutely rams into the concrete there, and all the those barrels flying in the air. It's superb. Like, I think this is the second car that gets through. Anyway, this is the scene I was talking about. I'll just show it to you here. Like, you can see here, there's two big trucks coming closer, and then at the last minute they realise what's happening. And this is just so good. Let me try and get this in here. Like, they go in between. The hitman's head and the seat is between the text on the two trucks, and he's saying "oh," and then you've got FUCK. Like, it's just such a clever idea for a double page spread. Beautiful stuff. Really impressed. And I think this is kind of what comics is about, as far as how you can really push some cool creative stuff visually, and it's like a moment captured in time. You can see people just turning the page and just sitting there looking at that and soaking it up. Like, beautiful stuff. Then here you've got pieces of the car flying off. Love that. And the chaser just rams into those two trucks. Like, beautiful. I'm not sure if would that truck flip up in the air like that? Maybe it would just absolutely plough through that SUV. Not sure. Maybe I'm nitpicking here. This is cool here. Just skidding off the motorway down a street, and then he pukes up, like, which is great. Like, kind of a bit of character to the hitman. Anyway, I won't really go any further on it. There's not much left in the story of this, but they kind of get pissed and have a conversation in a pub. It's just amazing. It's brilliant. Like, it's not what I go for. I'm being honest. I don't really get pulled into this type of real world stories with kind of just real characters. Because I always think, why don't you just make a movie out of it, or a TV series? But obviously, Richard, who I think is funding this, can't go and make a TV series out of it. So he's found Brian to draw this, I think. Maybe these two lads are good mates, and this is a story they've always wanted to tell their whole lives. I don't know, like, but as far as for me, someone who isn't normally drawn to these types of stories, I think this has kind of pulled me in, and I definitely gonna buy them all. Like, a big part of it is the art, but I can see there's a lot of thought put in, especially with that double page spread and just some other nice elements in there. But yeah, incredible stuff. Go and buy this. Go and support these creators. It's really important, and it's so worth it. Like, it really is. So yeah, if you if you like this video and you like my channel, like, I'm going to review the rest of these. I'm going to review other stuff. I wanted to get amped today. I've got a bunch of videos that I'm going to do. I'm sitting in the car here. I've got some time, so I'm going to go through some stuff. My first video wasn't even my own stuff. It was by Proxy, because I just had been thinking about this book the last few days, so I was looking forward to sinking my teeth into a video review. And give it a like, comment if you want. If I don't get a lot of views on my channel, hopefully one day I'll get more. But yeah, if anyone's read it, if anybody has any comments, throw a comment in there. Like, subscribe, share. If you know someone else who likes comics, send them on this video, and see if they like by Proxy, and if it's something they'd be into, because I think definitely it is. And okay, I'll leave it at that, and I'm gonna move on to my next video. Later.